Okay, we are here in the Negotiator channel in Paris, directors meeting at TransLink. And we are meeting 1 year later now, Fredrik Ullberg, the CEO for TransLink Sweden. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Glad to be on the channel again.
And the last time we were in Miami, it is not quite as warm as in Miami in Paris, but it is the biggest TransLink directors meeting with 150 people attending. One of them is also Caspar Hedman. Great to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. Hi.
Yeah, you also from the Swedish team, and we work together quite a lot. And as we record this is inside information, but Project Enigma, which was the code used by the Nazis to send secret information. But we have a TransLink Project Enigma, which is now insider information. But as I released this, it's a published deal. What is Project Enigma, Fredrik?
Yeah, it's a Finnish engineer company owned by Corona Invest, located in 6 different places in Finland, and specialized in industrial design and environment, and also very into the military industry. So it was a great mandate that the Finnish team secured, and we were a lot of offices working on the file together with you guys. And we managed to find a Swedish buyer, a listed company called Prevas, who bought it in the end. And we are happy to do another deal with you guys.
Yeah, and this shows, I mean, you can see a little bit behind the scenes, a lot of offices working to find a buyer for this Corona Invest, great private equity firm. I'm, by the way, a board member in one of their portfolio companies. It's good guys. Then there's competition often on these assets, and you could say that the Swedish office won the deal in the way that the Prevas won it. Do you see it that way? It's like it's a bit of a competition?
Yeah, of course. I mean, a little bit, but I mean, I think this project Enigma was a typical example of a very successful TransLink joint project, because we, from the very beginning, we did a joint pitch to Corona Invest that we would be the best advisor for them to use. So I think we were 4 or 5 countries calling into the pitch and told them why we think we could find a buyer in each country. Mm-hmm. So I think that was very helpful and useful for Corona Invest also to help them to choose their advisor.
Yeah, but there can only be one, to paraphrase Highlander, I think it's. And so it's a bit of that feeling. I mean, one company does it, and if a Finnish company has a chance to buy, let's say, a Swedish asset, it's you kind of root for them. Of course, the mandate is from the sort of mothership. So in this case, the Enigma was run by the Finnish team, but it is a good tension to build in the group like TransLink. And I guess there's another announcement you can make, which is I guess not really insider information, but regarding the Swedish office.
Yeah, we are decided to go fully into TransLink. So we are removing our name Anecta that we had since 2008. And now we are only TransLink Corporate Finance in Sweden. So earlier we were Anecta TransLink Corporate Finance, but now it's only TransLink Corporate Finance. And
Anecta was a great brand name, and but that also starting with A. I mean, that's a bit boring. Like every investment bank starts with A because they want to be first in the alphabet letters. But TransLink Finland, which has always been TransLink Finland, I guess we did a bit of a pre-marketing with you guys, because a lot of private equity firms in Sweden get to know the name TransLink through the Finnish office.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, every investor in Sweden knows TransLink Corporate Finance in Finland, and so you've done all the hard work for us, so we can just pick it back on you now.
yeah, and then it's these private equity firms, they are multi-locational, and there's a lot of great pan-Nordic ones. And Caspar, have you worked with pan-Nordic private equity firms lately?
Pan-Nordic private equity firms?
The one, I think you had this Project Shield.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. Montero, and to be fair, they are pan-Nordic. I mean, they look for stuff in Finland and have software events and stuff, is my understanding of it all. But yeah, we worked on a SaaS company, a Project Shield, called PlayIp, that works with digital signage. I think we closed it in September, but I'd been working on it for way longer than that. It was a great company based out of Gävle in northern Sweden. And yeah, Montero, very prolific B2B SaaS investor in Sweden. we managed to position. Playup was a great company, traditionally wise. I mean, great profitability and growth and everything along those lines, but maybe not super positioned as a SaaS company. Didn't follow up on maybe all of their metrics. And so at first, when we started working with the entrepreneur there, Rikard, that was one of our main focus areas. And I think was very important in positioning it for that type of investor profile and that investor universe. And finally, we managed to see it through. And it was a great deal. Everybody was happy. And it became a bit publicized in Swedish financial media and everything. So it was really fun.
Yeah, and now we already have a couple of deals on private equity here in discussion. So we have a Corona Invest, the Finnish private equity firm, selling to a publicly listed Swedish company, their portfolio asset. But now we have this Shield being could that be actually platform building deal? So do you think the Montero will take this asset and start acquiring companies and building it further?
Yeah, that's my understanding. And I think they'll grow both inorganically and organically. But yeah, I'm sure that that's part of their plan to see what they can do with the larger European digital signage market.
Yeah, so that's, we deal with all kind of companies, unlisted, listed, private equity first purchases, which is called a platform purchase, and then bolt-on purchases, buy sides, like we previously discussed Pervin's Miss deal, which has been a massive sequence of buy sides. On this TransLink directors meeting in Paris, we celebrated Norwegians doing the X deal to Visma, for example, and I think Visma split into two. They have a 2-day and Visma, so these are great companies and all our friends, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we can really see that we can move fast and do a lot of acquisitions fast. I mean, we have done 22 acquisitions from Miss Group, as we have talked about in Miami. We have done one more since then. We bought the biggest company in a certain market. It's not official yet, but it will be in before summer. So but that only can happen when we can be very local and have help from our local colleagues in the different countries, I would say.
Yeah, and Finland and Sweden, often it's jokingly viewed as some kind of a rivalry, and there is a bit of that in sports at least. But I think we generally have a super good cooperation between the TransLink Finland and TransLink Sweden, and I really enjoyed you invited all our team to Stockholm, and a great time, and it's a fantastic town in the summer, and I also. It was true that the evening ends in gimme, 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 and then you Swedes start going for the nightclubs. And but you visited in Finland. Any impressions from your trip to Helsinki?
Yeah, of course. I think it was very good to come and see you, and we can share new opportunities and learn from you guys. You're a really good team, and also take advantage of all the local deals you have done and learn from them, not only the cross-border deal, I would say. And also you had a great nightlife. You took us to a very nice restaurant and we went to some nightclub afterwards. And I don't know if we did any karaoke this time, but that was also very memorable from the time before.
Yeah, I on that one I tried to sing Kents Vinter 02, men inte så bra succé. Caspar, what do you thought of this Löyly restaurant with the sauna?
Yeah, no. So we've been to Finland twice now, or Helsinki twice, and we've been to this Löyly twice, both times. No, I loved it. The ice bath afterwards and everything, the smoky sauna. I love sauna. I sauna some quite often back home in Sweden as well, but obviously this was sauna to a new level. And seeing it in authentic was very cool.
Yeah, come on, Stockholm should have one of these places as well. It's a shame you don't have this kind of a Stockholm Harbor floating sauna thing. It's absolutely no-brainer.
I completely agree. I actually think they're looking into trying to develop something with Helsinki, obviously, as the inspiration. But I don't know. I think the bureaucrats are making it difficult for the developer and trying to different regulations and stuff. So hopefully soon.
Yeah.
And I also know that your learning about IA was also very appreciated that when you talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, by the way, I mean, I have a lots of Finnish episodes on artificial intelligence, but I pre-programmed as a show using the TransLink software as a service index done by the Finnish team and distributed in a quarterly report, and then uploading a couple of those reports and a little bit of more sort of SaaS data allowed then the team to ask questions on the SaaS, and for example, it correctly answered the questions: what is the current enterprise value to annual recurring revenue multiple, which is pathetic 3.2. Caspar, by the way, what do you think of the SaaS trends? You are kind of a Swedish SaaS specialist.
I don't know if I'd say I don't know if I'd say specialist, but yeah, I like to work on our software mandates. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the digital business models, and often the entrepreneurs are very innovative and good people to work with. But yeah, what the multiples, I think it's important when you look at them that you compare maybe apples to apples and not apples to oranges, and not just all SaaS isn't the same just because it's software and because you get paid every month. I think it's very important to look at like the underlying metrics, the churn and the customers. Obviously, it's a proxy of customer stickiness, but also profitability and growth and other unit economics. And I mean, we see that the great business models or the great businesses where there's practically no churn, I mean, the sky's the limit for them in terms of valuation and their growth potential.
Maybe we could talk a little bit about the listed companies, because I think that's a feature we do both privately held companies transactions, but also listed ones, and that's you have 500 listed First North companies, for example, in Sweden, and all kinds of companies, and I think that could really be something we could also do together. Perhaps look at the listed companies a bit more together.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of years in Sweden, at least, the stock exchange has been our biggest competitor, because everyone wanted to go to the stock exchange to get listed, but it had been a little bit slower. But it will, of course, pick up again. So I really think we should try to do some project within that together also in the future, of course.
Yeah, and on TransLink, we really have a big push in creating this cross-border understanding how these SaaS models work, and the regional variations, software variations, which is growing, which is maybe going off the hot cycle, and where is the unicorn potential, and all that's part of our work. And now in TransLink directors meeting in Paris, and there's a bit of a footage on the background for those who listen to this, and I think it's really good thing to have these biannual meetings. And what do you guys get from these? I think they are great.
Except to get to see everyone, which is very good. We also get the chance to get some information how the local market in each country are looking, and what flavor they see on valuation and so on. It's very good to get a feeling, and also a lot of best practice, of course, sharing in different kind of sectors. We work a lot with different sector groups. I mean, we have TMT, we have industrial, automotive, environment, and so on. So it's very, very good to see what every group has worked with during the year.
Yeah, Caspar.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a great mix of business and pleasure. I mean, on the junior end or the associate or analyst level, it's really helpful. We work a lot together with one another. I mean, obviously on mandates officially, but a lot of our work, our day-to-day work, is very ad hoc and fixing different things, trying to find different perspectives and doing different analyses and things, where it's really beneficial to have a contact you can reach out to give you that perspective or help you in some database and give you that true local knowledge, which I really appreciate. And it wouldn't be as easy to do that if we didn't meet so often and get more of a personal relationship rather than just, I have to call and introduce myself every time I need a quick favor, and the other way around, of course.
Yeah, it's absolutely so. And by the way, a bit of a plug for the previous episode. We had, of course, Fredrik there as well in Miami, but then we had the founder of the Dynamic company, where our US partner in the TransLink group. He went through the fantastic US business model, which is just super good. And I mean, for example, if a European company and you think American company should buy you, then there's no better way to make that happen is that with our US partner. People liked our previous chat, but there was an idea that let's bring a little bit more depth in this. So Caspar here is you already, I would say, upper senior management with the associates. So it's but could well do these interviews with the analysts and so on if there's a demand for this. And I think there's a bit of a thing that we could also go deeper in day-to-day life of investment banker in a global network, global group like us. I was told it's never say network, say group. But I think could be an idea. And any words now that you go back to Sweden? Where do you think the market is going, and what's hot in investment banking?
I think we see that the market is picking up in Sweden again. We can see that a lot of private equity companies closing new funds on record levels. So there's going to be a lot of dry powder to put to work. And we also see that we have a good pipe with mandates within the TransLink Sweden and also in general in TransLink, I would say. So I think the future looking bright, and hopefully we will see you in the next year, and then we can tell you about a great 2024. We had a great 2023, and then hopefully it will be a better 2024.
Yeah, and Caspar, more buy sides or more sell sides on your table? What do you think?
On our table, I think we've worked a lot with sell sides, so probably relatively, I think we'll see more buy sides now, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. One change we can see, I think, is that you don't do this broad process. Right now, you do more like exclusive process. You maybe invite 5 or 6 buyers that you really believe in, and I think that's a change that we can see the last year. I would say. I don't know if you see the same in Finland.
Yeah, I mean this could be another great episode, like whether you do wide auction or sort of a very very laser selected auction or even bilateral, and it's a great topic. I mean, I think we could talk about that, and you only need one. In the end, like they said in the Highlander, so in the end, so you can do deal even with just single dialogue, but then often we want to do something else.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same time, if we found 5 or 6 right buyers, I mean, that could often be enough to have a good auction also. So I mean.
Yeah, and a final thought, we hired in TransLink Group Chief Operating Officer Leandro, not Leonardo, and he started digging on these cross-border flows, whether it's a buy-side or sell-side, how the fees are going, what's the sort of the traction and office-to-office dialogue. So I think we could a little bit in the future episodes open the kimono a little bit on the trends and stuff. Okay, great having with me. I have had Fredrik Ullberg and Caspar Hedman from the TransLink Sweden office.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Good stuff, and this was a bit of an experimental episode again, and give me some feedback. Should we dig deeper in these themes, and what kind of a guest we could have? I think it's generally people at TransLink are game to have this kind of discussion in the future, so I would appreciate some feedback. Thanks.